We're getting you set here for this evening's game. The Stockton Thunder taking on the Ontario Reign in Southern California. Mike Benton with you, and joining me now is head coach Matt Thomas to talk more about it. And coach, quite a few days off here for this team after clinching a playoff berth. How much can that be a blessing here for this team that has essentially gone through the grinder in the last month or 2 months?
Yeah, it's been quite the stretch for us, obviously finishing 7 games in 10 nights with our lineup as beat up as it could have been to find a way to win that game and clinch our playoff spot. It was a nice weight off the guys' shoulders. Obviously, a very good effort and hardworking. Got a couple well-deserved days off for the guys and got back at it for the rest of the week and had some good practices here. And we're hoping just to pick up where we left off with a good effort on Sunday, and hopefully that translates into a big effort tonight.
We all know by now what Ontario brings here to the table: a hard-working team, a very good north-south team. How easy does that make it to then essentially prepare for a team like this game after game?
Well, I think the only thing you got to prepare for outside of some little systematic things that you want to adjust to is be ready to work for 60 minutes. They're a hard-working team, and I think we got them in a favorable position last Sunday. They were coming off their 4th game in 5 nights, having played in Bakersfield the day before, where we had the ability in our 4th game in 5 nights to have a Saturday off before that game. So I think maybe we had a little bit of an advantage just in terms of energy. Obviously, nobody's overly healthy right now in the league, so we got to be ready to work. They're such a determined team. They play a real good style. They keep it simple and be creative when they make the opportunities to be creative, but they don't go outside of themselves too often. And as a result, you really got to find a way to match their work ethic.
With 12 games to go now in the regular season, we're seeing teams talk more about preparing for the playoffs. And one thing going right now for the Thunder, second in the league consistently on the man advantage. With an ever-changing roster, really, what have you noticed as far as players, old and new as well, here to the team, being able to adapt to what you bring here as far as systems?
You know, it's kind of funny. I think it's just a credit to the guys understanding. We've talked a lot about understanding what our options are versus what a team's doing, but it really comes down to the players seeing that you have to put players in the situation. Sure, there's some structure within it, but the reality of any good power play is something's going to be open, and you've got to find it as a player. And we talk a lot about what might be open and what we can create to create some openings for ourselves. But when it's all said and done, it's the players really just having a high hockey IQ and some vision in those situations to make the right play. And there's been games where we don't see it too much, and as a result, we don't score many goals. And there's games where you see it, like we did on Sunday, and you come away with a bunch of power play goals. So it's nice to see that different guys have been able to come in and help us maintain that percentage. Obviously, we had some really talented players early in the season that were good in the power play, and Tony Raiola and Philippe Cornet. To see a guy like Sean Weller and Maxime Boisclair come in and kind of just pick up and make sure that was something that was a strength for us and continues to be a strength for us. It's a real credit to those guys, but even all the guys in between that have been constants on it. They've all been, working as a group. We do a lot of time. We work on it every single day in morning skates. So it's something where I think we get a lot of work at it, and the guys work hard.
You get Nathan back as well here for the first time in a few months. How does he factor in?
Well, anytime you get a player like Decker back, it's a huge boost. Obviously, he hasn't been playing much in the last few weeks just because of the numbers in Oklahoma City. And for us to get a guy like him back, he's such a good teammate, a hard worker. You can play him in any situation. I think that's selfishly from a coaching standpoint. I can really feel like I can rely on him in a penalty kill situation against the other team's top line situation, or when we need to push for a goal. So he's a guy that you can really spread around the ice in different situations and count on him. So I think his teammates really feel that in him, and I think for him it should just be a business as usual. Come in with the confidence that he can be a difference maker for us, and if he does that, I think he's just going to again give us another boost in the right direction. And anytime you can gain some of those at this time of year, it's important.
Thank you, Matt. Good luck here.
Thanks, Spence.
Head coach Matt Thomas joining us. The Thunder take on the Ontario Reign tonight from SoCal beginning at 6 p.m. We're on air at 5:45 for all the coverage at StocktonThunder.com. Enjoy the game.